Oh, Baruch Hashem, we're back together to learn more Torah. Torah Hashem Tamima, Eid Hashem Namana, Pekudei Hashem Yisharim Mesamchei Leiv. Nothing brings us more simcha. Lulei Sarascha Shashuai. Oh, Zavadti Ba'ani. If it wasn't for Torah, it's my toy. That's what I love. That's what I play with. If it wasn't for that, I'd be lost in sorrow. Torah Hashem Tamima. Torah Hashem Tamima. Torah Hashem Tamima. How much do we love Torah? Zok the Ilge Mishnah, I am Beis Am Aleph, I am Beis Am Aleph B'Torah. Here we go, we're about the last small line, I am Beis Am Aleph, the Mishnah. Haba b'machteres, someone who comes into your house through a tunnel, he tunnels in to steal from you, a thief. Nidan al Shem Sofo. He's also judged on what's going to be in the end. Meaning what? The Gemara is going to explain, but we have to say it now. He comes into your house and puts in a lot of amelus, a lot of effort to break in through tunneling. He's willing that if you stand up and defend yourself, he's willing to kill you. So you already, if you see him tunneling in, you're allowed to have self-defense and kill him. So if he tunnels into your house, then he breaks a barrel while he's there. Im yesh lo damim chayev. Im ein lo damim pater. Yesh lo damim means if he has blood. That means he's still alive. What do you mean he's still alive? Meaning he doesn't deserve to be killed. Who would that be? A father coming to steal from a son. If the father is a thief, so then the father walks in, the son's not allowed to kill him because the father would never kill the son. So since the father would never kill the son, it's not self-defense. So once the father wouldn't kill the son, yesh lo damim. It's as if he still has his blood, he's still alive. And therefore if he breaks a barrel, he's chayav to pay for the broken barrel, he broke his son's barrel. Im ein lo damim, if he has no blood, meaning what does it mean he has no blood? He deserves death. Even if you don't actually kill him, but he deserves death. It's like he doesn't have blood because it's a normal person breaking into your house and you're allowed to kill him. Then pater, if he breaks a barrel, he doesn't have to pay for it. There's a concept, kamle b'derabminei. Kamle b'derabminei means if a person does an action and in the same action there are two punishments, he only gets a bigger punishment. And even if he doesn't get the bigger punishment, he only deserves the bigger punishment. Therefore, since he deserves death, he doesn't have to pay for the broken barrel. The father didn't deserve death, he has to pay for the broken barrel. Oh, beautiful. Zok the Heilige Gemara, Amarava, my time at Machteres. What's the reason of this Machteres that you kill him? What's the reason if a guy tunnels into your property, you kill him? Chazaka, we have a halachic assumption. Ein adam ma'amidat ma'mamono. A person will not just stand back concerning his money. He won't just stand there al-mamono about his money, but he's going to what? Defend his money. V'hai meimar amar. This thief therefore surely says, Iazilna, if I go into his property and he's there, Kai la pai, he's going to stand up in my face to defend his stuff. V'lo shavikli, and he won't leave me. V'koi la pai, if he stands up in my face, katil nalei, I'll kill him. So the thief goes in thinking that you might defend yourself, willing to kill you. Therefore the thief is like a murderer. The Torah says, in Bala Hargacha, if someone comes to kill you, Hashkem Largo, you could initiate and go first to kill him. Hashkem means to go early, meaning wake up, Hashkama. So you could go early, you could first kill him in self-defense. All based on our assumption, you assume he's going to kill you. That's enough. We assume any thief that will come in and kill you, you're allowed to kill him. Thus, this is the first step of the Gemara. Now the second step of the Gemara. You love it? Do you love Torah? Do you love Torah? I hope Bez Hashem's Baruch, you should say to love Torah. You should love your wife, you should love your children, you should love your parents, and you should love Torah, and you should love Hashem. Amar Rav. Rav says, Haba me'achteres, if you tunnel into someone's property, v'not al kelim, and you steal the kelim, you steal, let's just say a vase. Kelim is plural, a vase. The yatsa, and you leave pater. Rav says you don't have to return the vase. My time, what's the reason? B'dam kananahu. B'dam, through your blood you acquired it. Meaning, since you deserve death, you could have been killed. Kam le'bin rabinei. And therefore, even though you still have the object, you don't have to give it back. It's yours. You acquired it because you could have been killed. That's Rav. Amar Rav says, Mistabra milse de Rav. It's logical, this idea, this word of Rav, B'Shishibur, if you broke it, the lesson is not here anymore, you don't have to pay for it because you deserve death, the bigger punishment, not the lesser punishment. Avol Natal, but if you took the object and it's still there, hello, we don't say that. Meaning, it's not your object. You gotta give it back. Give the guy's object, it's not yours, how can you keep it? Forget about punishments. Punishments don't matter. It's just not your object. It's not a payment, it's not a punishment. It's the actual object. The actual object you have to give back. If not, if you still have it, you got to give back the object. That's Rav's understanding of Rav. So the Gemara says, Velokim. How could Velokim, and by God, Rav, what are you talking about? How could you say that Pshat of Rav? Omer Rav afilu natal. Rav says, even if you took it. Rav says, no, even if you have it. You can keep it, you don't have to give it back. And what's the svara? Now the Gemara says, what's the logic behind that? It makes sense, Rav, you got to give it back. What would Rav say? Here, listen closely. This was a little difficult. Because we say, Da yesh lo damim, in a case where you have your blood, meaning what? Someone who is not allowed to be killed, such as a father breaking into the property of a son. And he takes, let's say, a vase, v'nensu, and an accident happened and it breaks. It's sitting on his desk and a bird comes crashing in and breaks it. Generally, the halacha is, if you're watching someone else's property, you're a shomer, you're patur ba'ones. An accident happens, it's not my fault. If you were watching it, it would have happened also, I don't have to pay you for it. But here the halacha is by this thief, by this father, v'nentu, when our ones have been chayiv, you're obligated. Why are you obligated? When I watch someone else's property, if it's not mine, I don't got to pay you for it. Alma we see b'shusei kaime. It's established in your property. In this type of way of stealing, it's I own it now. If I own it now, just like I owed you money because I stole from you, I still owe you money if it always happened. I own the object, I just owe you to pay back for it. That's what we see, because if I don't own the object and it's still yours, I should be patur from ones, which generally is the case by a shomer. So we could take that to a case of ein lo damim. So hachanami here also, when you deserve death and you take the object, v'shusta kaimo, now it's yours. Even though it's the same object, I acquired it just like the father acquired it. If he's chayiv and ones, that means it's his. And he just has to pay as a punishment. So it's mine. I don't have to pay because I deserve death. And I can keep the object. That's the logic of Rav. I hope you understood that. I hope I said it well. Please, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, siyata d'shmayim. That was said well. Please, Rabbanu Shalom, siyata d'shmayim. All my words and my talmidim understand everything that I teach. Veloi. So that's the assumption of Rav. What's Rava going to say back why this is not a good logic, this idea? Why is he chayiv and ones the father? Veloi, it's not true. Kiyukimno Rachman, this is now the low is what Rava would say back. Kiyukimno Rachmana b'reshusei. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu Rachmana is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the merciful one. How merciful HaKadosh Baruch Hu is. We love HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When He establishes it in your reshus, that it doesn't mean you own it, just Linyan owns it. Regarding ones, when a thief takes something, you have to pay even if an ones happens. But not that you own it, I will in your makna, but regarding ownership, acquiring it. It's in the property of the original master, it's established. I don't own it just because I have to pay onsim. It's still his, I still would have to give it back, therefore if I still have the object. So why do I pay ba'ones? It just says, Rabbi would just say, it's similar to someone who's borrowing something. Someone who borrows something is chayiv and ones. Why? Because if you're able to borrow, it means I'm using it. I borrow your phone, I'm using the phone. I'm using the phone, I'm more responsible even if ones happen. I'm using it, not just watching it. So to a thief, we assume would use the object. So he's like a shol and chayav ones. But not that he actually acquires it, it's not mine. So therefore, if you still have the object, even if you deserve death originally, how can you keep it? It's not my object. That's what Rava would say back. So hopefully, this was a clear explanation of the whole Gemara. Hopefully you guys will chazer and do well. And not even do well in life, just be able to learn the Gemara, understand the Gemara, learn Torah, understand Torah, and therefore understand the Rebbeinu Shalom. If you understand the Rebbeinu Shalom, you understand yourself. If you understand yourself, you'll understand the entire world, and you'll be b'simcha always. Yishenichnas adar, marbim b'simcha. You should have so much simcha in your life. Always love you so much. Have a wonderful, beautiful day.